Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well in this bloody awful weather again. I'm pleased I'm not getting the worst of it this time, but that's by the by. Right, reprobates. Who have we got this evening? We have got Mark, we've got Dayton Dale, and we have got Lieutenant Worf, who is security for this evening.
Just an observation. Isn't Worf spelled W-O-R-F?
Yes.
He's now. I'm sorry, Dale, but he can't help being a dyslexic Klingon.
Hey, don't pick on. That's just me.
Yeah, it's,
Right.
it's racist. He's picking in Klingons.
I was going to be doing something on the VB tonight, but I've had one of them days today, and I haven't really had a chance to get in the workshop and sort stuff out. So that's going to have to wait. So what I've got tonight is a piece of sycamore, which is around about 13 inches diameter, 2 inches deep. So we'll just be doing the usual bit of a platter type thing. I'm not very sure if I'm going to colour it or not. We will see. So I'll get on to this. And no, I'm not doing a shield. It's a bit thick for doing a shield.
Big shield.
And the guys can start reading out the chat.
Yeah, cool.
Can I mention that I have a fantastic katsu curry in front of me, so I'd like to join in after the chat's been read. Hey,
go for it, Andy.
Oh, do you know what? I think just for that, Dale should read it out. No, I'm joking. Okay, I'll start at the top of my list. I apologise if you're above said list. Right, shush, Dale. Shush, Dale. Shush. You're eating, man. Manners. Right, anyway. Sorry. Apologies, everyone. Right, and Dale as well. Start at the top. Gav. From CD Woodwork. Wizardry by Colin. Midnight Joker. Mike. Robert Dolman. Lawrence. Andy H. Andy. Jennifer's Craft. Robert Dolman. Circular Keith by Wood. Right, Woody. TJ Turning. Robert Nye. Tommy's Workshop. Brent Bowcroft. Sorry, beg pardon. Read that wrong. Dyslexic, did say at the beginning. Nick Castle. Steve Scott. Johns. Ronnie. Mark Pritchard. Steve Scott, I might have said your name before. Aaron, I'm not even going to butcher your surname, sorry, mate. Thank you. Oh, see, now you want to talk. Mike Yu, Douglas Mungham, Robert Nye, Steve Fleming, nearly again, Mr. Scott, Barry's Wood Creations, Andy Lenechley, oh, almost. IDR, Woodturning, Shush, Die Proud, Shush, Ruby Claire, Shush, Zombie, Woodturner, Zed, Zed, not Mark, Shush, not for me.
Gosh.
Now I'm finished. Now I'm finished.
Wayne.
Oh.
Slow down.
All right, okay.
Slow down. Not a race.
So hi everyone. Oh, Robin. The man himself, the Orchard gets in. Gret's in.
Evening, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
Frank Bowman. Harry McDill. And here this evening we have Wayne. He's turning a lovely platter. Ooh.
Right, people, I think you can see it's fairly obvious as Wayne said about this piece. Can we please have loads of questions? Because he's fired off at it. He's almost finished the bottom. And he's only 5 minutes in.
Wayne,
Hello.
what do you think the difference? What do you think in terms of in percentage terms? What do you think the difference of velocity is between the center of the bowl and the edge of the bowl?
Loads.
I used to have the formula for that.
Oh.
I don't doubt you do. That's why. I mean, it's a bit of a joke on one hand, but I'm being serious. I mean, I would have thought you might have been able to calculate that based on the stars.
Marcus Morgan has a question. How long does it take for a dormouse to climb up a 150-foot tree?
How big is the dormouse?
Yeah. See, that was going to be.
I don't know the answer to that one either.
How many levels on the tree? Because obviously the lift will have to stop at every single one. So, you know, I'll ask these things. Hi, Joe.
Zombie Woodturner asks, at what point does a plate become a platter? Is this a culinary fluidity sort of thing, or are there hard and fast rules?
I think a plate and a platter are pretty much the same thing, whereas a plate or a platter and a dish is something totally different.
Flaming Turner's in. Pete Twisted Trees is in.
Is Brian in? Is Brian Hartwood turning in? Have you seen him?
I haven't seen.
I haven't seen his name yet.
Okay.
Hodgepodge as well.
I know why he'll not be in. He's got a new lathe today.
He's playing on his new toy. Yeah.
Hodgepodge says pi by I'm guessing diameter by RPM. Can convert to miles per hour. 5. The answer. Wayne, you've got 1 million in watching.
Colin asks,
go on.
What tool have you got that never use? What is it?
I've really got to bite my lip on this one.
That stopped him.
What tool have I got that I never use? Can I include rarely use in that as well?
No. Never use.
Hair dryer.
Comb. Beard comb.
Yeah, comb.
I don't think I've got a tool that I never use.
I don't think it has to be limited. There's no statement around limitation to wood turning tools, Wayne.
I know. I have definitely got a tool that I never use. It's the both the same size, but the different configurations. 10 mil socket and a 10 mil spanner, mainly because some thief keeps on coming into my workshop and pinching them.
JP's giving you a super chat.
Oh, yeah, no.
He
said, could you do 5 seconds and then can you stop, talk for a bit more, and then do another 5 seconds, then stop, talk a bit more, but move in the process, I think what he was saying.
I need to edit this.
Brian at Hartwood is in.
These guys must be blind.
Hello, Brian.
And
what
Gerard.
He actually said, Wayne. What he actually said, Wayne, was this. He says, can you ask Wayne to change camera angles every 10 seconds.
And move in the process.
On his Stream Deck.
Yeah.
Did you notice, JP, that I have put the ball towards the top of the screen, though?
Yeah, you need to move it up a little bit. Sort of halfway through turning, really. Oh.
Jason Wheeler's in. Jason. And David Hall's in. And Rex B is in. Hi, Rex B.
Rex. Benjamin.
I think the half-life of the 6mm Allen key on any new Allen key set is approximately 7 hours, and it's completely degraded over the course of the following days.
And Wayne, you're 11 minutes in, and you've already got 111 people watching.
Oh my God!
Fantastic question from Douglas Mungham. Wayne, at what point does turning a vase using a spindle gouge become turning a bowl with a bowl gouge?
That is
about halfway through the hollowing, when you try and make the inside of the vase a bit bigger than the inside diameter of the vase a bit bigger than the outside diameter.
Paul Smith's in.
Question from Mike the Midnight Joker. Just watched a video by Dave Bentley on scrapers. He suggests regrinding round nose scrapers as a half of the nose is never used. What is the other side of the coin?
Right, I'm totally confused now.
That's like that saying, if it takes a man a week to walk a fortnight, how many peas in a barrel of grapes?
Yeah.
Well done for that.
I've only got one thing to say to that. Hertz Van Rental.
Hertz Van Rental.
Oh, Pete's asking the same question again. Wow. How many times, Pete, eh? Doing my first attempt at a water drop bowl, how long to let the water dry? Can I go back out tonight, or is it a job for tomorrow?
It's a job for tomorrow, unless you've got a very, very warm workshop.
Well, it has to be a warm workshop. You can't actually sit on it. You can't actually sit on it like a hen, otherwise you would end up with water drops all over your bum.
And paint. Ooh, Utah Saints. Diddle-diddle-diddle.
Scott, the blue light turner's in.
Evening, Scott.
Rexby asked, what was your first project, Wayne, when you moved from a small lathe to a larger one? Did you save it or sell it?
Hang on.
Evening, Neil. Neil Gould's in.
Sorry about that, Dale.
Young Rex B is asking, what was your first project when you moved from a small lathe to a larger one? Did you save it or sell it?
I think it got burnt. Let's see. I moved the first lathe I had was an old Arundel G14. Sorry, G4 or G14, one of the two. Then I moved on to the Axminster M900, which is a very similar lathe to what Mark's got. Very similar to what Dale used to have. So I started turning sort of 12-inch balls on that. Then I got a Pullwood 2840 that had a very decent swivel head and the freestanding rest. So I started moving up, doing sort of 20, 30-inch balls on that. Then I got a purpose-built bull turning lathe, which I travelled down to Wales to pick up. So that was even bigger stuff. And then I got the VB. In between times, I had this, I've got this, and I had a wee demonstration lathe as well.
There's a couple of questions that are getting through, and I might lose track of them, but the one that I think is important to hear from is young Jamie Page has this request. He's really directing it to me, but I feel you should hear it, Wayne, which is, and I quote, "Stop talking to him, Dale. Let him finish that cut." Lol.
What am I looking for?
You're looking for the mathematical formula for working out what the radial velocity is on that ball.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And if that's not available, you can answer this question from Douglas Munyon. Question: Wayne, is turning on the other side of the lathe any better?
On that side of the lathe.
Yeah, I mean that's what the question means. Yes.
To tell you the truth,
No.
I don't think I've ever turned on that side of the lathe, so I can't really answer that.
I do believe somebody asked me that in my life on Monday, and I answered it.
It's against the wall.
Mine isn't.
Mine used to be. Stop it moving around. And I've got a ton of other stuff in my workshop that was far more important. It became a very nice shelf before I put it away.
Hi, Dad.
Le Barry, bonjour.
Barry.
$123 in, Wayne.
Whoa. Million. Oh my God.
1 million viewers.
Wood dude's in. Hi, Stephen.
That's an interesting name.
Well, Lewis is in as well.
Oh, Welsh Terry, I missed you earlier on, sir. Go to eating a rather nice Japanese katsu curry. It was lovely. Oh. Young Dennis Beamish is saying some folks that are left-handed find the other side easier to work with tools. I could see that. Oh,
yeah.
Is this drilly?
It is.
Oh,
Drilly is coming out to play.
Isn't it, Josh, Ben? It's millions, millions, and millions.
young Pete is suggesting he spins a headstock and turns from the other side when deep hollowing.
Yeah, right.
However, I did read it the first time round as he spins on the headstock and turns from the other end, resulting in a deep hollowing. If it wasn't for your drilling, where would you be?
Ruby Claire's in. Hi, Ruby.
I did say Ruby right beginning. Oh, Rob CP's in.
Oh, I said Rob CP earlier.
More Valley Makers
I
in.
said it first.
Hashtag my idea.
Let it be known.
I am the datum.
Question. Tried turning some maple. today, bowl blank,
Can't turn any of
And
me. Not allowed.
and it seems very prone to tear out. Is that normal? Never turned maple before. Norwegian maple, if that matters.
Only my hair.
Don't know.
Just hear your
I'm
music.
going Sandy. Oh, you're joking. Point.
Yeah.
Alexa, stop. Stop, Alexa, stop. Silly girl. She's a bit of a DJ
Alexa,
in the evenings. My
How can you
apologies.
calculate the radial velocity of a disc?
Mark Staunton, the answer to your question is Filmora Wondershare.
According to Socratic.org, the moment of inertia of a solid disk is given by hashtag I equals 1/2 Mr squared hash, and angular velocity is given by hashtag V/R hash, where hashtag V hash is the tangential velocity and hashtag R hash is the radius.
What the
Did that answer your question?
Alexa, stop.
Whoa! I heard a whole load of hashtags.
A lot of hash in that particular machine over there.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. All right, Alexa. She gets a bit carried away sometimes, doesn't she?
Mark escaped. Can someone check he's out? Where he is? Find him. Grab him.
Slap.
Perfectly
Get
fine.
Corbin! Game room reference. Thank you.
May have set off an Alexa or 3. Sorry.
Oh, seriously, we could have some fun right now.
Yeah. We white shite in the house.
Well,
Oh,
if
you-
people's certain people's female assistant can hear what we're saying. I could be a real child right now.
Hold on. I'm just muting the microphone on my female assistant in my workshop.
Yeah, I would.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of asking. I'm a fan of asking her complicated questions to see how well the AI is progressing.
See, I'm a
People-
fan of asking her to do silly, stupid things.
Young Pete from Twisted Trees is saying his Alexa was seconds away from resolving warp speed travel when suddenly Andy said, "Stop."
Glenn's off. See you later, Glenn.
See you,
See you
Glenn.
later, Glenn.
Young Barry says
Oh,
he
I'm
would mute
trying
his
so
female
hard.
assistant, but he reckons he'd get a black eye.
All right, then. Got some nice grain in this. It's a piece of sycamore, by the way.
Oh,
Whenever someone
Look.
says sycamore, I continue to think fondly of young Leona.
indeed that.
Very fond of sycamore.
I don't think I've had the pleasure, to be honest with you. I'd quite like to carve it. That could be interesting.
Or sycamore or Leona?
No, sycamore.
Ah.
Most definitely.
Sing it, Dale. Sing it.
What are we doing? No, I won't sing it. I refuse. Unless 10 people in the chat ask me to sing it, I'm not singing it. I
That's
feel it's
dangerous.
torture. I feel it's largely torture for people.
I'm much more of a child than that, Andy. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I would say something along the lines of, Alexa, fart.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
This is
14,
very unusual.
16,
Alexa, stop.
18.
Hands
I'm
that
20.
feel pity can be soft as your face with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
It's very unusual for me to get the Yorkshire grit out and then Glyn leaves.
You didn't work that out well, Dale. There's over 120 people watching. You should have set your target higher.
It's very flattering in some respects, and a bit disturbing all the same. Eugene Ghostman has already passed the Turing test. Dale, yes. I wish there was one of two people, one or two humans I know we could put in front of the Turing test and see how that works out.
Trade secrets, Ed.
So, zombie. No, look, I think Glenn would be okay with me telling this story. So, everyone knows that Glenn has a very, very fast motorbike. He's very much a motorbike fan. So, what Glenn does is that during the winter, he rides his motorcycle at high speed behind gritter trucks. The Yorkshire, the harvested grit specifically from a certain castle in Yorkshire, quite near Scarborough. All of the grit inside it is it comes from that. He was asking, what's the grit in Yorkshire grit, or is that a trade secret?
Right. A hand-blended mix of mineral oil, lemon oil, beeswax, rotten stone, and pumice. There you go. That's what's in Yorkshire grit.
Because he read it off the tin.
Yeah.
And moon dust. And moon dust. But he doesn't put that in.
And moon dust.
Glenn knows, what's his name? Old Mr. Rocket Man. Elton John. No, not Elton John.
One of the ingredients that isn't on the tin is the tears of many sad minions.
Uh-huh. No.
And Oompa Loompas.
That makes them go. They all turn purple.
Right, I'm just finishing this off with some microcrystalline wax.
I would have said Spaceman if I had have meant Bowie.
Huey, yes, it does. It does harvest. They do harvest it from the castle, spread it in the roads, and like a speeding, like the flash on a motorbike. Glenn collects it before it hits the road, and then undergoes severe treatment by a number of Yorkshire Grit Oompa Loompas, and then it eventually makes its way into the grit.
You missed out the part where it's actually got to be chewed by pigs that are fattened for Christmas. Yep, just to make it a finer grit. That's how he makes the microphone. Anyway, that's what he told me.
Okay.
I think he might have been lying.
Gav is suggesting the dry skins from Barnsley women's faces. It's quite rough, he says.
I'm pleased I didn't say that.
It's how he disposes of his enemies as well, you see. That's why he's got the pigs.
I thought what he'd done is I thought there was a partnership afoot where Wayne secretly captures at this time of the year, secretly captures wild haggis, ships them to Scarborough so they can chew the grit to make it really fine, especially for Yorkshire grit.
But aren't the haggis type a pig type animal? But
No.
Nope.
no.
No.
Perhaps I misinterpreted the pig reference. Perhaps it was haggis then. Perhaps Joe could confirm. I mean, she's in the chat. I'm sure she'd be willing to
I don't think so.
assist us.
It's trade secret.
The thing is with haggis is that it all depends on whether you want a male or a female one. as to which way around you go around the hill.
Yeah.
Mike the Midnight Joker saying grit stalking is a hazardous occupation. Zombie says, I suppose Scarborough Castle grit can only be harvested at midnight under a full moon on Friday the 13th. You know, Zed, you are so close to the truth. So close to the truth.
It's magical. It's magical.
Right, let's see what this top's going to bring, see what the grain's like once I get it cleaned.
Young Joe is saying that Glenn is still listening, but he's organising tomorrow's shipment. Joe, is he chuckling or is he throwing aspersions on our ancestors?
Oh, he's not doing it in the kitchen again, is he? Remember the days, those endless days, those sacred days you gave me.
What the heck is that? Matt Pritchard correctly identifies haggis as a wild beastie. It is indeed.
Jixie chef's in. Hi, Jixie.
Dixie! Wait.
Joe is suggesting it's a strange mix of both, as the sort of behaviour we get from young Glenn. I feel in the best spirit of folks from that part of the world, I can imagine them quietly chuckling and saying, "Ye daft bugger." Steve Fleming's asking, how many legs do haggis have?
Haggis have 2 legs, but one leg is longer than the other leg. And what you find is that the male haggis, the left leg is shorter than the right leg, and the female haggis, the right leg is shorter than the left leg. And that way, they can actually run around the hill in the opposite direction and meet each other.
Oh, dear, zombie.
So I'm going to read that one out. The zombie says, what did the male haggis say to the female haggis?
Sorry, I missed that.
Haggis? What did Zombie Zed says, what did the male haggis say to the female haggis?
Oh,
Want
come
to
on.
shaggis? Want to shaggis? Robert from Hodgepodge says that was bad, even for Zed.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Matt Pritchard is asking, where was haggis invented?
It wasn't invented, it's an animal.
Pete says that he heard that Glenn has his own spaceship for harvesting asteroids grit, but it's still in the box.
That's a drone. That's the space dust drone. It's
Did these things? It's not from Yorkshire, then, Pete. Question mark. John N is confused. He says, "I am confused. Isn't haggis a food made from the stomach of a lamb?"
No, that's fake haggis, not real haggis.
They both taste equally as gross.
It's a bit like Christmas mince pies, really. You know, one of them is not really a mince pie anymore.
Hobby Turner's in.
Hi, Adrian.
Brian, I do hope you're stood there watching this while you're playing with your new toy. Not jealous at all. No, not at all.
Pete from Twisted Trees is saying, Yorkshire County has parabolic curves extending into space, so all of it is in fact Yorkshire.
Mate, it certainly ain't English. No offense, Dale, but that's one of the grossest things that comes out of your...
Mark Pritchard, Scottish. Haggis is Scottish, mate.
No, I'm sorry. It's horrible. No.
I've lost track of all of this. Hobby says, there's a haggis that have two legs shorter than the other two, and the gender have to run the other way around. Hobby, you are completely correct. Ian, the monkey hanger, haggis is to be found in a field full of tatties and neeps.
Richard?
Gerald, the French turner, has obviously been on Wikipedia, and you should never trust Wikipedia, Gerald. I mean, this is a piece of advice. Haggis is a savoury pudding containing sheep's plunk, heart, liver, and lungs, minced with onion, oatmeal, sweet, spices, and salt. So the reference I made was towards Christmas pies and mince pies here in the UK. I don't know if they have them in France, but the basic idea
It's in Ireland.
He's in Ireland, so in Ireland they might have them. But basically, it's no longer a mince pie. It's this thing with sweet stuff in it. So it's not real. What Wikipedia have got hold of is not a real haggis.
I'm sorry, but it's not. Does not appeal to my palate in remotely. It really doesn't.
Tastes absolutely beautiful.
No.
The man printed reckons that haggis is the Elish record of haggis is an English recipe. No one in Scots could ever write. That's all I'm saying.
Gross.
And it's suggesting he loves haggis. We have one every Christmas.
Yes, I have tried it, and I was really quite very ill. Made by a Scot as well.
Sid is offering this. He thinks that haggis might be a different offshoot of the New World jackalope.
Gerald apologises. He says, sorry, but I'm a chef.
There you go. Because you're a wood turner.
Lewis offers. He says he wonders if cooking lives break out into wood turning conversations or gardening. Do gardening shows turn into wood turning?
No, gardening shows turn into talking about cooking. They do all the time because they pick stuff up and go, this will go well and such and such.
Yeah. They could do it with trees, though. Ooh, that's a nice tree. We'll have a piece of that cherry tree down tomorrow. Oh, well, most of the cherry tree down.
Hi, Katie. Cornish Maid's in. Hi, Cornish Maid.
Oh,
Which means Chris is probably watching as well. Hi, Chris. Relative neighbours of mine.
Is the Cornish maid the lovely lady on Instagram that makes pasties? There's this baker on Instagram, I swear, that's makes pasties from Cornwall. That's called the Cornish.
Don't think so.
Maid. There is.
No, but I don't think it's the same person.
Oh well, no. That's why I'm asking. I wasn't trying to be rude.
Oh, no. No, she has answered. She says, no, unfortunately, I'm not.
It was
but I can
a
wait."
genuine curiosity, because if it was the same wonderful lady,
Gentlemen, if I may.
she makes cracking pasties, man.
Young Zed has to go. He's got to go and do that thing that pays the bills. He says, "Great platter, plate, tray, win." We have a wonderful question from Brian at woodturning. He asks, "What size is this a blank?"
I think this one's about 13-inch. No, 12.
See, that was a man inch. Is the first one.
See, she does make a mean pasty, though. I wasn't trying to be rude, man. Honestly.
Well, you see, the thing is that you've got to remember that means an average. It's just one of those conversational anomalies. Why people say I mean anything, because it means average. What you mean is you do an awesome pasty.
Well, she said she does make an awesome pasty.
Yeah.
I'd quite like a pasty now, to be fair. A proper Cornish pasty with pudding in as well, not just flipping.
To be fair,
Roxy P's inquiring, does he need to ask a question to slow Wayne down?
Not now. We're knocking on for the hour. We're getting there. He's got to finish it yet. We'll stop him in the finishing. Wayne, there's crack. What? Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I didn't actually see a crack. Oops.
Pete from Twisted Trees, I think, has this down pat. Haggis is the northern version of a pasty. Designed not so much as a foodstuff, but as a reason for tribal wars over the ingredients. I feel you could also add into that possibly dwarf bread and a number of other foodstuffs partaken by the dwarfs of the Discworld.
Le pasty. Oh, that's a jambon involved. Sorry.
Wasn't he in Maigret?
Oh no, that's sandwich.
And JP says, I don't mind cracks. I'll just do a slow-mo. Well,
not Cornish, it ain't right. I will stop the French. My apologies. You are talking 23 years, no, more than that. 26 years ago.
John N is still he's got a hold of this and he's not letting go. So what is a real haggis?
What do you mean, a real haggis?
Well, there's this the perception in the chat that one of those things that folk make up in the butchers seems to be quite popular versus the commonly held belief that you and I do that it's an actual creature.
I tell you what, if you go back probably a good few years now, but Hugh Fernley Whittingstall did he used to do quite a few food programs, and he did one with Houston's The Butchers in Dumfries, and they actually went out haggis hunting. Is Jamie still in? I edited
Yes.
a video today, Jamie.
Hobby Turner asks, has Wayne oiled his drill? It's quieter than it used to be. Different headset.
I don't think it is.
It's still just as loud.
Yeah. Right, stick with Yorkshire grip.
Still 116 in. Andy, you're Darth Vadering.
Who's the
It's not
force?
me, mate.
Not me.
It's one
My
of you.
microphone is way over here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to say, look at this. This is me up close to the mic.
Ben's got a question.
Yeah.
How many cans of sealer do you get through a month?
Quite a few.
I had a lovely rumor that Wing Clasper had some sealer, so gleefully I went to tell my friends, but they said it was a lie, that he had run completely dry.
The thing is, when I run out of the spray on sealer, I've always got my wipe on cellulose sealer that I use. I've still got loads of that.
Glenn's back.
Hey, Glenn. There we go. No cigarette. And they finish the inside with microcrystalline wax.
Barry's asking, Wayne, do you make to order or do you make then advertise to sell?
The stuff that I do sell, I'm part of a arts and crafts cooperative in Dumfries and Galloway. So I put my work into two shops, which are obviously closed at the moment because of COVID. But if somebody is wanting a piece, if they let me know what they're wanting, I will obviously do my best to do that. Right then. I was going to colour this,
Someone's chuckling.
but because of the grain in there, I'm not. Let's move this stuff out of the way. Take this off the lid and let you have a look.
We can cut and paste the link in now. Guys. Mark, can you do the honours?
Yeah, can do. Sorry, I was just having fun.
You're being naughty. Naughty, 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 naughty.
One. There we are. So there we go. A nice sycamore dish, I'm going to call this. It's not really, it's a bit deep to call a platter, so I'm going to call it a dish. Just with a bit of very simple decorations there. Nice grain patterns, which is one that didn't colour it. So there we go. Around about 12 inches diameter by about 2 inches deep. So a nice dish for folks to use. Yes, Virtual Crafty, week on Saturday. Starts at 10 a.m. GMT and finishes at 2 a.m. On the Sunday morning. What's up with Mark?
Nothing. Sorry,
He's
I'm messing about.
he's just lowered a mirror, quite low down, and he's giggling at what you can see.
All right. Did I burn? No, I didn't burn the rings. They might look very dark. I think that's just because of the lighting in here. They haven't been burnt. They've just been done with the diamond carbide tool. That's all I use for doing them. Right then, guys. Oh my, that's good timing for the crafty weekend. That is. Gives people time to go to the toilet and get a cup of tea before the next person comes on.
Oh dear. Perfect timing, Wayne. Perfect timing.
Grand. Thanks very much for everybody for coming in. I promise I'll get on the VB next week and do something a bit bigger. PL woodturning. Where are they again? Oh, he's in France. Yeah, okay. Right, I'm going to press the button. And I will see everyone later. What's happening tomorrow? I don't know what's happening. Is Keith on at lunchtime? Or is Keith on tomorrow night?
Keith's on tomorrow night.
All right, okay. I don't think anybody's on at lunchtime. Keith's on tomorrow night.
I think Brian's doing something a bit later.
All right, okay.
2-ish.
So Brian from Heartwood Turning might be doing something tomorrow afternoon. Keith is on tomorrow night. I'm back on Friday lunchtime. Friday evening there'll be a premiere from Ruben. There'll be a premiere from Nick at 7:30. Steve will be on live at 7:45. Stace will be on live at 8 o'clock. I believe Ed Oliver's back on Saturday.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, Rob CP will be on at lunchtime on Saturday. Nick will be on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Sunday, Steve SK will be on 1 o'clock. I'm sure there's other people on Sunday. I always bloody forget what's on a Sunday.
Hodgepodge. It's got premiere at 6.
Right. I've got a premiere at 8:30 on Sunday. Makers International podcast at 8:30. Jamie's got a premiere at 11 o'clock, and young Caitlin's got a premiere at about 11:15 on Sunday night.
Did you mention your premiere at 8:30?
I did. I mentioned mine. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So I don't. What am I putting up this week? It's a tea light, a coloured tea light. I'm putting up this week. Jamie's already edited a video. He re-edited the tea light one for us. Thanks, Jamie. I've edited another one today, and I'll let Jamie have a look and see what he thinks. And I'm gonna. They are going to be regular. The premieres are going to be regular. 8:30 on a Sunday night. Usually lasting between 10 and 15 minutes, something like that. Oh, Steve! Yeah, Steve's doing Steve Trudell is doing a podcast tonight with Rob Summerlin, starting at 9:30. That's right. I'd forgotten about that. Thanks for the reminder.
Jixie's got a premiere at 10.
All right. Okay. Grand. Okay. Right. I'm pressing the button, and I will see you all later. Thanks very much for coming along. I always enjoy seeing loads of people in the chat. Well, not seeing them, but you know what I mean.